It's Thursday, September 14th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From Live Science, leading ingredient in over-the-counter decongestants doesn't work. A Food and Drug Administration panel has determined, after reviewing years' worth of research data, that a key ingredient in many popular decongestants, phenylephrine, doesn't actually work when taken orally, despite helping relieve stuffy noses when delivered via nasal spray. The findings indicate that when taken orally, only about 1% of the drug ends up in the bloodstream, which eventually brings it to the afflicted nose tissues, which makes the job it's meant to do, constricting the blood vessels in the nose and sinuses, all but impossible. The FDA found that pill and liquid-based versions of the drug were originally approved because of flaws in the original studies that no longer stand up to modern testing scrutiny. And although phenylephrine has since become the most popular decongestant on U.S. shelves, it's possible non-nasal versions of it will be taken off the market in the near future if the FDA decides to remove its safe and effective designation. From the New York Times, McCarthy, facing an ouster and a shutdown, orders an impeachment inquiry. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has announced an impeachment inquiry into President Biden, seemingly to assuage further right members of his party who have threatened to remove him as Speaker and to prevent the passage of a government budget, forcing a shutdown if he failed to do so. This inquiry is not a full-on impeachment process, and by all indications, the votes to move forward, including from Republicans, most of whom have indicated they think this inquiry is a distraction, don't exist. But the claim is that the Biden family, including President Biden's son Hunter, have been doing illegal things to profit from Joe Biden's place in the Senate, then the vice presidency, then the presidency. No evidence has been presented to back these claims thus far, and it's been reported that former President Trump has been pushing his supporters in the House to force this announcement, which suggests they think there's some benefit to be had in the inquiry, even if it never culminates in a real deal impeachment. And from Euractiv, Sweden to increase defense budget to meet NATO target. The Swedish government has announced that it will increase its defense budget by significantly more than previously announced, adding another 2.2 billion euros to their bottom line in order to hit NATO's 2% defense spending goal. This is notable in part because Sweden is new to the NATO alliance, and other governments have been slow to hit these targets, despite ongoing concerns related to Russia and its invasion of Ukraine, and how that conflict might spill over into other European nations at some point. This announcement also arrives shortly after European Union leadership called for an ambitious expansion of the bloc, which could substantially bolster NATO participation in the area, alongside EU governance throughout the region. If you're finding some value in one-sentence news, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.